Hey, what's up, guys? Lane Bolin here. The $2 million Contractor Charity Challenge continues. End of day 117, kicking some ass. Got some scrappy wins to report to y'all. So for those of you who don't know who I am, my name's Lane Boland, founder of Remodel Commanders. In the Contractor Charity Challenge, I was bet by a client that I've forgotten what it's like to struggle in the trenches, and that I couldn't build a $1 million contractor in 90 days with just $100 in a truck. And so that was based off of sales. We've since expanded it to 200 grand to build a $2 million contractor of projects actually built, not sold, in 1 year. Again, I just started with a truck and $100 back on January 22nd, 2024. If I lose, 200 grand goes to Operation Underground Railroad. If I win, 10% of this company's profits go to O.U.R. forever. Got some notes today, guys. First of all, that big 500K edition I told you about, it's past redline and it's moving into selections. So we can go ahead and start the permitting process. But the really big deal we got, check this out. So this deal started out as a simple handyman lead. Okay. A silly little, come move our fridge and redo our kitchen flooring kind of a lead. That turned into a very big addition. And then as we've already done measure meeting for that one, we haven't gone to redline yet. And during the measure meeting, the client asked Peter if we would ever build a custom home, and she made mention that she really doesn't want to do an addition. That what she really wants is to buy a lot in Sammamish, which is a very swanky, gorgeous suburb of east of Seattle. But the thing is, within her, like, what she's asking is a tall order because most of Sammamish is already built up or bought out. So Peter made mention of that to me, and so we started doing our research, and our target here was to find a lot that was in the early stages of construction that hasn't been active for at least 6 months. Why? Because that tells me that's a builder or an investor who's upside down, got in trouble, ran out of money, whatever, right? In other words, a distressed situation. And we found one. We found like the most perfect lot. Oh my God. The problem is the guy's asking 800K. Doing a little bit of research, we found in Zillow that this guy bought it for about 550K back in, I want to say 2019, right? So he's been sitting on this for a while. And when you look at the comps, he overpaid for that lot by about 300 grand. So that tells me this is not a professional builder. This is probably a corporate, a corporate executive who decided he wanted, he's a wannabe real estate developer. And he's going to get clipped on this deal. Anyway, so, and when you look at the site work, you look at the plans, the permits he's got approved, or he had approved, the city approved plans, 2,900 square foot house, 3-bedroom, 3-bath. He's already done the excavation. He's already poured the foundation, and it stops there. The septic the sewer, the water, the electrical, that's already been run from the main to the house. So, I mean, that's cool. But the reason why this has been sitting so long is because he's poured that damn foundation. So whoever has to buy this lot either has to completely tear that all out, which is going to be expensive, or they can have any house they want as long as it's a 3-bedroom, 3-bath house that fits on that floor plan. But yeah, we presented it to the client. They liked it. They're very cool with it. So, or the idea of it. So got the property under contract. I'm not going to disclose the price I got it, but I'm definitely not paying 800K for that. And we're going to do what's called a double close, guys. So you can actually go and buy property without having cash. And do a same day double close if you can find a title company that'll do that with you. Or you have to go find an investor who will front the money to execute the transaction, and usually it costs like 1% of the revenue. So if we go that route, it'll cost me about 8K to get this transaction done, which is fine. That's not a big deal, because my intent here is, when we flip the lot to the client, I'm targeting anywhere from a 50 to maybe even 100K profit. And there's already a 7-figure build budget. So what I'm going to end up doing is bonusing the make ready of the old house for free, paying for that out of profits, partially out of profits on the land, in that transaction. But yeah, I'm telling you guys, this single deal is probably going to win. It's not probably, it is going to win the challenge for us. This is going to be, I'd say one and a half to a $2 million total all-in project. And we already have a 500K ADU on the books and a 120K kitchen, which starts in 11 days. Finally. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about this challenge right now, guys. But let's talk evolving strategy. So our handyman has been delayed, mainly because I had to go on the road to work with some colleagues. So I've been away from Seattle for probably 2 months now. I'm going to rebrand the handyman as, the brand's going to be called the Gentleman Handyman. I was just inspired. I saw a similar brand for a plumbing company in Calgary, and I'm like, man, that would make a cool handyman brand. So after the challenge, just so you guys know, I'm going to be launching handyman outfits in city after city after city. I'm going to start with Charlotte, North Carolina, and go from there. But yeah, any market I enter, it's going to start with a handyman. And the reason why is a handyman is going to touch 40 to 100 homes, clients in a month. So you operate that a luxury handyman for a year, you just built a customer list to build a design build firm from, like like multi-million-dollar design build firm from Jump Street. And if you don't believe me, I mean, look at our little handyman deal that's turning into a $2 million custom home build real estate deal. It's amazing. So I'm in June. So we have a little over 11,000 on hand now. I'm going to spend 5K in June. And I'm targeting about 100 grand in handyman sales, mainly Google local services ads. I may bump this up and just go ahead and the thing is, when that kitchen goes live, I'm going to take our gross profit from that, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to hire a director of business development, a DBD, and what I'm targeting is a recent college graduate, female, attractive, bubbly, and a sales killer. Right. And you're probably wondering, like, Lane, what are you doing? Like, well, first of all, guys, no one's going to be mean to a nice, attractive young lady. Nobody, right? She is the ideal person to send, not me, into these realtor offices, these design galleries, these architecture offices, these engineering offices, property and casualty insurance offices, commercial real estate brokerage offices, to build professional referral relationships. And so I'm going to spend 5K on ads. And then when the kitchen goes live, I'm going to use some of that gross profit to hire that business development director. And their KPI is going to be 4 meetings a day, whether set by email or actual cold visits, or LinkedIn outreach. I don't care, but you're getting four visits a day, and you're not allowed to meet with the same person in a month. Okay. I'm telling you right now, by the end of month 5, she will have at least 20 qualified referral relationships. And for me, what is a qualified referral relationship? That's somebody whose their business's market matches the same as mine, right? So upper middle class and above, right? And they've passed us a referral. And I do know that for every qualified realtor relationship I have, I can count on about $250,000 a year in referrals. And for every qualified design relationship we have, that's about $1 million a year in referrals. Unless you're Kyle Bridgen, in which case he's got one design relationship that's fed him at least 4 million. Good for you, Kyle. But yeah, so while we have the 5K working in Google local services ads and Google ads, I'll hire the design build director to then go and do my referral relationship building, which is going to be awesome. And then that leads into the second evolution in strategy. I'm actually really grateful that I took the time to go and spend a week in Calgary, Canada, with my client and good friend Luke McLaren of MCA. He's also a realtor who owns a design build company and a handyman. But we changed up our pitch from promising referrals back to realtors or promising kickbacks or whatever. It's really simple, really elegant, really clean. And what we're doing is we're telling these people, listen, for every 5th referral you send us, we will pay for a co-branded direct mail campaign to the zip code of your choice realtor to help you get more listings. Well, it's co-branded, meaning on one side of the postcard, it's them. On the other side of the postcard, it's me, right? So we get something out of it too, a lot out of it. And testing this out sorry, Peter's coming in. What's up, Peter? So testing this out in Calgary with the realtors, they love it because this doesn't require them to add to their disclosures to their clients. Like anytime a realtor makes a recommendation where they get actual compensation from, they have to disclose it, or they can get a crazy lawsuit and lose their license. So there's no need for a disclosure with this, and they're going to get listings from it. It's direct mail. That's how realtors get listings. They knock on doors, they go to breakfast meetings, they send out direct mail. That's how they build a business, or they buy Zillow leads if they're really lazy. But anyway, so I'm super excited to run that. I'm kind of scared to run it because I need to get out of the field. I need to stop being client or referral source facing, mainly because I live in Puerto Rico and I'm not going to be from this market. I don't live here. So I need that. And I also need, I need time. I need time. Remodel Commander is blowing up, and I need to remodel our program delivery, our success program, a client success advisory program. Not because we're failing, but it needs to be able to handle more throughput. So my rear end is having to ride 2 horses right now, and that's really freaking hard, which is kind of cool because when you really think about it, it's simulating having a full-time job while building a contractor, which is what a lot of you guys do when you're getting your businesses off the ground. So it's making this very realistic by having these distractions. I don't want to call it a distraction, but split focus, right? So anyway, you're definitely going to hire that design build director next month. We're going to have the money from the kitchen that's going to build. That handyman lead's turning into a multi-million-dollar custom home build project. Through some really, really heads up work, we were able to make that happen. So how we sourced that you're probably wondering how we sourced that lot. Peter jumped in his Jeep and just drove around Sammamish looking for construction sites that have been idle for a really long time. and then figuring out what the address is, and then figuring out who the owner is using a source called PropStream. So we'd punch in the address and we know who owned it, and then we would call them. Strange, right? So just good old fashioned, intelligence work. And plus, I have a background in finance and real estate, and so this was fun being able to apply those skills to this. So pretty cool stuff happening around here. We could very well end up losing that big multi-million-dollar deal, and if we do, it'll then just be a $500,000 addition. Okay, cool. So $1 million of additions is going to build probably around July. We'll have it built by October. So if we lose that multi-million-dollar house, between Handyman and picking up 1 or 2 more additions or kitchens, we'll cross 2 million. That's not a problem. But anyway, guys, that's where we're at. That's where we're taking this. Key stats, nothing's really changed. We've been really, Peter and I have been really focused on the design phase of our two projects, which has forced me to ignore business development, which is a problem because we haven't been running ads. So, I'm basically facing the same roller coaster that y'all are facing as one-man shows, trying to get a business going while also putting food on the table for the family with your full-time job. This is not, it's a simple plan, but this is not easy at all. And I think I should have my head checked for agreeing to do this. But anyway, guys, that's where we're at. Curious to hear your thoughts, and I'll be better about doing weekly updates as to where this is going, especially with that, with the new strategies, with the realtor, with the handyman. You're going to see me project managing that kitchen. I'm going to hire that business development director. You guys are going to have front row seats to a lot of really cool stuff going. So enjoy your Sunday, and I'll see you next Sunday. Be good.